Over the past 8 months, we've generated over 54,000 Instagram leads, reached out to 30,000 of them and more, gotten almost 15,000 replies. And the formula for reply rate, if you don't know about it, is as following. So if we do the math, our reply rate is equal to 48.53%. Not too shabby, eh? And the result of all these is 1,043 booked calls. Now, we've done all this with 3 Instagram pages, a team of 6 appointment setters, and no, I'm joking. We did all this with a single appointment setter. His name is Lucas, and he was the one who generated the 50,000 leads, reached out to 30,000 of them, and booked 1,000 calls. And guess how old he is? Yes, he's 16 years old. Now, what am I trying to prove here? In 2025, you don't need a team of 6 appointment setters to achieve big numbers. You only need a Lucas and AI automations. And in this video, I'm just gonna save you thousands of dollars and time by sharing with you 5 metrics that show the AI setting ecosystem and why it outperforms teams of experienced appointment setters. So the 5 metrics that we're going to cover are, first of all, conversation quality, response time, cost and scalability, data tracking, and conversion rate. And my promise to you is that by the end of the video, you will know how to scale your appointment setting processes without needing to hire and fire more appointment setters, all by using AI. And by the end of the video as well, you will officially become an early adopter compared to your competition, who will be late to the party and almost drained as well. But only if you apply what I show you. Now, what does a life of an early adopter look like? An early adopter, you only need one setter to run 1,000 or even 10,000 conversations per day, which allows you to easily scale your lead flow. And as you know, more sales bring you more money, which bring you more leverage, and more leverage brings you a better business, of course, and this cycle repeats itself in a positive manner. So you only spend 30 to 60 minutes a week for revision, and as a result, you spend more time on higher leverage activities that can generate you more cash flow for your business. On the flip side, if you want to be part of the late majority and ignore AI, ignore this technology, you will be stuck in this cycle. You will be drained by hiring setters, training them for more than 40 hours, and then firing them after they feel burnt out due to the high volume of leads and work that they have to do that's repetitive. And your business will be limited by the amount of leads your setter can qualify every day without burning out, hopefully. So this is your setter. Let's say he can handle 50 leads per day max. And these are all of the leads that are waiting for your solution that cannot be serviced because your setter is capped. So as a result, you'll have to consistently implement this cycle and worry about your lead flow limit instead of focusing on other things that can scale your business faster. Now, which side you want to be on is totally your choice. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can become an early adopter. And one last disclaimer before we continue, the AI automations I'm going to show you aren't just a ChatGPT wrapper. Now, most AI agencies will claim that their system is ready for actual use, and most of their systems look something like this, with a basic chatbot that looks like a chatbot, that acts like one, that sends blocks of messages and looks spammy, and it's not a professional one that you can set in your own DMs to handle the conversations and qualifications with your own clients. And if you send more than a message, it will kind of break, right? And they also have a couple of make automations just to say that they've built the automations. And I was one of them, by the way. However, I have dedicated the past 1.5 years to developing this AI ecosystem, which I've implemented in 4 other businesses so far, ranging from 4 figures to 6 figures a month. And I also worked as an appointment setter myself. So this is what it looks like behind the scenes. These are all of the automations on N8N, ManyChat, and Encode for the vector stores. And more importantly, this is what it looks like speaking with actual humans. So if I play this video, you will see as I scroll through the conversation, it looks natural. It looks like a human is speaking with another human in this language that is kind of custom to the business owner, right? But just to let you know, if you didn't know yet, the messages that are sent in blue are by AI, and the ones in gray are those of an actual human lead who is contacting or communicating with AI. And as you can see, the lead is very engaged and she's revealing a lot of information, and she believes that she's speaking with the owner himself, right? But it's actually AI, and we've trained it on the business owner's tone, business information, and framework as a whole, right? So this is what I'm going to show you today. This is what I'm going to be talking about most of the time. So I want you to envision this system as the AI setter, right? Now, let's start with the 5 metrics that show why an AI setting ecosystem can outperform teams of experienced appointment setters. The first metric that I want to talk about is conversation quality. Before we continue, let me address these concerns. I'm sure this AI thing does not connect with my leads as well as a human setter does. That's what you might be thinking. Or AI doesn't understand the emotions of the prospect, or AI hallucinates a lot, it can go crazy and reveal itself. Truth is, if you were using my AI setter 8 months ago, that would have been the case. Let me explain. We have what's called a linear system versus a dynamic system. And 95% of online businesses today use linear systems, and you might know them as like ManyChat. This is the software that most businesses use, and it looks something like this in the backend. So when you hear about an AI setter, the first thing that comes to your mind is probably a linear system bot that looks something like this, right? In most cases, you're right to think that way after being pitched 100 times about the ChatGPT wrapper bot for Instagram. But on the other side, a good AI setter can handle your leads better than a human setter, and I'm gonna show you why in a few. So these linear systems can be helpful if you want to gather small pieces of information and then redirect your leads to somewhere like your funnel or paid offer. And for example, this is where the lead, let's say, replies to your story, and then the automation says like, "Hi, thanks for reaching out. What's your email?" So the lead provides this automation with the email, and then "Thanks for sharing your email. What's your phone number?" Okay, he gives the phone number, and then he's redirected to the VSL link, to the free training, right? Now, limitations of a system like this, the linear system, is first of all that it cannot handle 2 messages or more in a row, or else it will repeat itself or it will break. And it will ignore any additional info you send. So let's say it's it's like collecting emails at the moment. And you, as a lead, you share the email and the phone number. What will happen is it will extract the email, but it will ignore the phone number and go on to ask you again for your phone number, right? But you've just provided it with it. So this might not seem like a big deal if you want your like automation or the flow to look automated for your leads. But if you want to personalize it, you need to have more of a dynamic system. And I'm going to show you how in a few. So all of this elicits a bot behavior. And of course, if you want to be qualifying your leads and you want to be connecting with them on more than just like a language level, you want to connect with them on a deeper emotional level, you cannot have a linear system. So if you want to have a proper and automated qualification process without sacrificing the human touch, without running into limitations of a linear system, and without hiring a team of 6 appointment setters, you need an AI-powered dynamic system. Here's why. We all know that the job of the appointment setter is to sell through the DMs, whether they're selling a call or any product or service. And on sales calls, you will close better if whatever the lead is saying, you take whatever the lead is saying, you package it in a certain way, you add some sprinkles to it, and the cherry on top, and you pitch it to the lead as the solution that they need and that you can offer, right? And this is how you can get to close them if, of course, it's a priority for them and all of the other factors align. Now, this sales principle also applies to appointment setting, and the setter's main goal should be to gather and use important pieces of information to qualify the lead for your offer. Now, during this process, it's important for the setter to acknowledge what the lead is saying and ask the right follow-up questions. So in most cases, the setter will be using the ARQ framework. And if you don't know about it, it is a universal one that all businesses I've worked with use, ranging from 4 up to 6 figures a month businesses, right? So the ARQ method looks like this, where the setter, first of all, acknowledges what the user is saying, relates with them with a kind of custom case, and then asks the follow-up question that's in the framework in order to continue the conversation and get more information to qualify the lead. And now, the two mistakes most human setters do, and I was guilty of them as well, is first of all to avoid the information mentioned by the lead earlier in the conversation and ask questions that shouldn't be asked. But most setters make these mistakes repeatedly throughout their working hours every single day inside of your business. And these mistakes cost your business a lot because they frustrate your leads. And we know that frustrated leads who don't get what they need or want at the moment will kind of churn and go to your competitors, go to someone who understands them. So if you are there and you're seemingly ignoring everything they're telling you, then there will be a big problem. So here's how it happens every day with your setter. So he looks at the inbox and then he freaks out because he sees that there's thousands or let's say hundreds of DMs in your inbox sitting there ready to be taken care of. And then he remembers that he also still got 60 conversations to handle, 200 follow-ups to make, 20 objections to handle, and plenty of data to track. So he freaks out even more. So he goes on to qualify leads this way, right? He looks at the conversation, okay? He ignores most of it and responds to the last message from the lead, disregarding the rest of the context that was provided there. Now, the lead responds furiously, of course, with, yes, I already told you, why are you ignoring my messages, right? And earlier in the conversation, the lead mentioned that, hey, I'm in pain and it's a high priority for me to fix this pain. Can you help? But later down the line, the setter asked again, is it a priority for you to solve this pain? So this shows that the setter is ignoring what the lead is saying, and this will cause the lead to feel annoyed, frustrated with your business. So this is no bueno for sure, and this happens very often with even the best appointment setters. And because they're overwhelmed with other tasks to handle, they fall short on doing the most important ones with full attention. Right? So these are all the tasks and they're super overwhelmed with them all of the time. Now, here's the good news. Today, you don't have to worry about a basic bot or a human appointment setter doing this mistake of ignoring the context and frustrating your leads, which will affect your conversion rate a lot. And at least we were not worried about this problem anymore because we've undergone over 15 iterations to ensure that AI accurately analyzes the entire context. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to provide you with the resource you need to build this AI setter yourself if you have the time, of course, and it's completely free. But before we continue, I want to let you know that in the coming examples, I refer to the setter as he, just for the sake of simplicity, but he could be a he or a she or anything you want these days. So now let's consider that the appointment setter has handled the conversations he needs to handle. Now he has follow-ups to make, hundreds of them. And he goes on to follow up with your leads using a GIF or a question mark, a lead name with a question mark. But how many times has he already sent those follow-ups during the conversation? He doesn't know, we don't know, but the lead knows. And the lead knows, and the lead feels like the setter is kind of spamming them. So we've discovered that our follow-up response rate had been really low when we were sending these follow-ups more than once to the same lead. So we built an automated sequence of personalized follow-ups that send a unique one to each lead who doesn't respond. And it goes as following. So let's say after 4 hours of no response, we send them a personalized voice message using AI. And this is all automated, by the way. After the 18 hours of no response, boom, we send them the lead's first name with a question mark. So that's also a bit more personalized. And after, let's say, 24 hours of no response, we send them this funny GIF of Mr. Bean waiting. And after 48 hours of no response, we send another GIF. Now, those can change in each business. I've just extracted like the most commonly used ones that we use to have a very high follow-up response rate. So we found that when we personalized our first follow-up messages and sent new follow-ups each time, our follow-up response rate increased, our total number of sent follow-ups decreased, and therefore the quality of conversations overall increased. Now, what do we conclude from all of this? Not only is your setter saving his sanity and precious hours to do higher ROI tasks, but AI is also doing a better job in conversing with the leads because it gives them its full attention 24/7. It utilizes every detail shared by the leads to move the conversation forward, and it follows up with them using personalized messages. And of course, this will make the leads feel more heard and respected, which is the whole goal of appointment setting, right? Alongside collecting the information and qualifying the leads and getting them on a call or whatever you want, you want to make them feel heard and respected, and that way you get them to buy your service, your offer, or get them on a call. Now, I hear some of you thinking that letting AI message your leads, pretending to be you, is maybe unethical, deceiving, or disrespectful to people who trust you. I used to think that as well. However, as I interacted with more businesses and listened to their stories about their setters' consistently poor performances, I couldn't help but think, if artificial intelligence can perform better at a lower cost, and if it provides customers with a superior experience and eliminates the need for a human to assist your customers, then AI is the technology that we need to enhance our customer experience and to advance our business at the lowest possible cost. So we've covered the first metric, which is conversation quality, and we've seen why AI can provide us with a better one compared to a human setter or a bot, or a linear system is what we call it. Now let's cover the response time and why it's so crucial to have a good one. I'll start by telling you an actual story. Let's say you have a back pain and you've had it for 6 months, and now it suddenly started to hurt even more. While scrolling through Instagram, you see a reel of Coach A explaining how to cure the specific back pain that you have. So you scroll through his profile page and you notice that he has great testimonials and he's offering a New Year, New Back protocol for free. So all you need to do is send a comment to him and you can get this free protocol. So you do it, you send the comment, and you receive an automated Instagram message containing the free guide on YouTube. You also send him a custom message saying like, hey coach, how can I eliminate my back pain? My situation is this and that. And afterwards you wait for around 30 seconds for a reply back from him. But after you wait and you get no reply, of course you proceed to watch more of his content, and then you come across an ad that shows how to cure your exact problem, but from another coach. Let's call him Coach B. And so you send a custom message to Coach B as well, asking for help, and it's the same exact one as the one you sent for Coach A. And then you wait another 30 seconds. You don't get a reply right away, which is fair enough. But after 4 minutes, you receive an Instagram message from Coach B. And by the way, after those 4 minutes, you're still on your phone, you're still trying to search for a solution because you're desperate. You want to find a solution as someone who's in pain, right? I want you to imagine the scenario for your leads if you have a valuable solution that you're providing them with. So the messages from Coach B who responded to you look something like this. Hey, thanks for reaching out. How long have you been facing this pain for? Right? So he starts digging into the pain. And then you respond, 6 months. And a few seconds later, he responds, I'm sorry to hear that. So he's acknowledging your response. What have you tried to do to remove the pain? You continue the conversation with him by saying, I tried stretching, visited physio, etc., etc. Now, after knowing more about your situation, the Coach B asks you to hop on a call with him to solve your problem, and you say, sure, why not? So you get on the call, he gets to know you better, collects your pain, you talk and talk and talk, and in the end, he presents you with a personalized program that will solve your problem. The next thing you know, you paid $3,000 to join his program because his solution is exactly what you need ASAP. Now, 12 hours later, you receive another Instagram message. And this time, you know who it's from. Coach A. The messages from Coach A look something like this, which are the same exact ones as Coach B. And out of curiosity to see what he offers, you respond with 6 months. Yeah. So you continue the conversation after 12 hours. He responds to your message. And, the moment you see the message, you respond again. 2 hours later, you can see that after knowing more about your situation and after, let's say, 3 days of you chatting together, boom, he asks you to hop on a call as well to solve your problem. So out of curiosity as well, you say sure. And you get on the call, everything happens, and then he pitches you his solution. Now, Coach A's program is priced at $1,000. It has a comprehensive 10-hour course, includes 24/7 tech support, features one group call and one personal one, and a membership duration of 4 months. Whereas if we compare it to that of Coach B, we see that Coach B's program is $3,000. It is a general course, includes 24/7 tech support, which is fair, features only one group call a week, and the membership duration is 3 months. So if we compare both of these programs, we can see that Coach A's program is kind of better than Coach B's program, which you just purchased, and it's cheaper. Even though Coach A has years of experience helping people with back pain, and his mission is to help as many people as he can for the lowest price possible, and he has helped hundreds of people get rid of this pain, while Coach B has a couple of months of experience and got into physiotherapy because it makes a lot of money and has helped less than 20 people in his career, it was Coach B who closed you, charged 3 times more than Coach A, and spent less time fulfilling his service. Why? Well, because he understands how humans make decisions. Humans buy with emotion and justify their purchase with logic. And even though you have the best offer, as in Coach A, and you have the cheapest price, or even though you are the best at what you do, if you try to sell your solution to people who are not in desperate need of it, you will barely sell. And that's why selling at the right time alone will help you double your business, double your conversion rates. And it all starts with responding to your leads within 5 minutes of them texting you. That's the simplest and most effective thing you can do to double your sales. And more data on this statistic here, which you can kind of read. Now, to continue, the story I just gave you was that of my client, whom I referred to as Coach A. Now, I will keep Coach A anonymous just because he asked me to. Now, Coach A is based in Canada. And by the way, I will call him Coach A because he prefers to stay anonymous. But all of the other facts that I'm using are true. All right. So Coach A is based in Canada. He's great at what he does, and he has helped hundreds of people cure their lower back pain. And his content is excellent and draws in dozens, even hundreds of leads daily who reach out to him for help. Now, to focus on clients and improve marketing, he hired an appointment setter to handle his Instagram DMs. However, his appointment setter is based in Australia. So the setter starts work after 5 p.m. Canadian time every single day. And this created a problem, like leads who were reaching out before 5 p.m. would have to wait until the setter went online and responded to them, right? So it was clear that Coach A needed these leads faster because they were turning cold pretty quickly. He did not want to hire more setters because he's done it before and all of them have churned. And so he researched AI setters that can instantly respond to leads and qualify them for his offers. And he watched multiple videos of other AI agencies offering the, in quotations, best AI setting solution for Instagram, but they were all the same. They lacked the human touch, they contained a lot of bugs, and they were just a ChatGPT wrapper. And yes, this is what it kind of looks like. When he watched my video, he found what he needed, an AI setter that speaks and acts exactly like him and responds to leads within 2 minutes. So he booked a call on the same day of watching the video, and a week later we had the AI setter ecosystem fully set up for him, which responds within 2 minutes. And the first week result was that his average number of touch points reached 6. This indicates that the majority of leads complete the entire qualification process within the same day or even within just under an hour. Now, this is the power of responding quickly to your leads. So we've covered, first of all, the conversation quality and then the response time. Now it's time to cover cost and scalability. Costs are composed of 3 types. First of all, the time and energy cost, and this is the cost of hiring, training, and managing your appointment setters. Second is money cost, so this is the commissions and the bonuses you pay your appointment setters. And third is the opportunity cost, which is the missed opportunities that arise due to the unavailability and human inefficiency and inconsistency. Now, I'm going to share with you a story of multiple coaches I spoke with recently, and this story in specific has been a major motivator for me to develop this AI setting solution. Right, so let's say you're a coach with a 5-figure a month business and you're very good at providing value to your audience, therefore generating loyal and nurtured leads. However, at a certain point in your business, you encounter a plateau. While analyzing the reasons behind this, you realize that you spend at least 3 hours of your day managing your inbox. So that's when you decide to hire an appointment setter to manage your DMs, and that way you can free up your time to focus on creating more sales assets like content, ads, and stuff that can generate you more leads, that can generate you more money, of course. So you hired your first setter and you spent about an hour a day for a month training him. Your business revenue dropped in the first month because your setter is new, which is totally normal. And after this first month, your setter starts to gain traction, he generates some more consistent results, and your business starts to get back on track. So you decide to reduce training time for your setter and focus on reviewing their performance only. So you tell them like, hey, let's do less calls. It's for the better. You already know everything you need to know, and if you have any questions, of course, ask me. So far, in the first 4 months of working together, you had invested 40 hours of your time in hiring, training, and managing the setter, paid him $5,000 or even more in commissions and bonuses, and got 100 sales calls booked. With 70% show-up rate, of course, you closed 25 clients at $3,000 each, generated $75,000. And it feels amazing. So this is when you decide to level up your game and get more leads in. After scaling your content, your setter performance drops. Despite generating more leads, he still books the same number of calls, and the cycle continues. So later you discover that your setter is burnt out by the volume of repetitive work he's doing, and he's seeking a higher level job that pays him more for the same amount of time he's putting in. So you also know that paying him more won't make him love the job. So you go on to search for someone else to replace him, and after you find someone, you let your first setter go. Now, unwillingly, you're forced to again waste another 40 hours of your time to find, train, and manage a new setter. And when instead, you could be closing more deals, building sales assets, and generating more leads for your business. And I'm here to tell you this. Don't worry. This story represents the past. Here is one that you actually might like more. You've gone through the hiring, training, and managing process, and it's your fourth month with your setter. He's doing well and he comprehends your frameworks, ICPs, business info, tone, and thought processes, and till now he enjoys working with you. You're also paying him around, let's say, $2,000 in commissions each month. And as you scale your marketing campaigns, you realize your setter is about to hit a burnout. Now, unlike before, you have two paths to take. Of course, the first path, which we've covered, is that of the late majority. It is where you repeat the same cycle of hiring and firing more setters. And this path will endlessly waste your efforts on a problem that keeps repeating, keep you frustrated due to human inconsistency, uncertainty, and limitations, and allow your competitors to steer your leads because you were late or unable to respond. Whereas the second path, which is that of early adopters, is where you establish a never-ending partnership with an AI setter ecosystem. And this partnership will push you to find solutions on how to fit more calls into your schedule, will eliminate your concerns about constantly monitoring the performance of your setter, and never end because of AI burning out. Hence, you only need one human setter and all the heavy lifting is done by AI. And here's what it will cost you. 4 hours of your time to set it up and deploy it. Pennies per day to run at a better performance than a team of human setters, and 0 missed opportunities. So, right now we've covered the conversation quality, the response time, and the cost and scalability. It's time to see how powerful this system is at data tracking. We all know that data is gold, and if we're not making decisions based on data, then we're probably making emotional decisions based on feeling, and that's not a sustainable way to grow. Now, billion-dollar enterprises know what they're doing when they're purchasing data for billions of dollars. And that's one of the reasons why we're constantly seeking to improve our data collection systems. That way, we can improve our AI setting ecosystem based on real tangible data. So we have 3 main AI-powered data collection systems we implement in every single AI setting ecosystem we install. And these are, first of all, the KPI tracker, the CRM, and the conversation storage. So first of all, the KPI tracker can show daily, weekly, and monthly metrics, all custom to your preferences. And it tracks both inbound lead metrics and outbound lead metrics. And like starting off with the inbound leads, some of these metrics include number of leads opted in, average lead response time, total sales generated, total conversion rates, total number of touch points, total number of follow-up and response rates, calls proposed, booked, cancelled. And now that we have the outbound leads as well, some of these metrics include those of the inbound leads plus number of outreaches and reply rate. And you can pretty much customize it based on your business and what you need to track. The KPI tracker is a tool we use the most to constantly check the performance of our AI setter and human setters and make decisions on how to upgrade the framework or certain parts of the funnel based on this data. Now, second, we have the CRM. This is the client relationship management system, which is responsible for collecting all of the information we want to collect from the lead, including but not limited to the username, the date, AI status, lead type, follow-ups, number of touch points, conversation stage, and any custom information you want to collect from the conversation. Let's say you want to collect their occupation, budget, pain point, anything you want. The automated CRM will show you this information in real time. Now, the main use case for the CRM, in our case, we mostly use this tool to analyze the repetitive patterns that our ICPs reveal and use this data to improve our offers and AI setter performance. And we also use it to generate more content that can be specific to each lead story, right? Now, the third one is the conversation storage / database. And this database contains every single message that's sent by the AI and the lead. It's like a sponge where every single thing that you send or interact with the lead is kind of absorbed into it, right? Now we have AI go through every single conversation and extract whatever pieces of information we need to come up with an accurate industry study, right? So it's a huge data gold mine that we can use for anything we want. And we also use it to build automation outside Instagram and use lead data for AI context. And this creates an interconnected ecosystem that can expand easily. So let's say you want to expand the system onto other platforms. You want to have a CRM that connects to all of these platforms and where AI has context over like every single conversation or every single action that's taken in each single platform. And this system offers this flexibility, right? So in summary, you can achieve this level of detail with human appointment setters, but it would take them a lot of hours per day only to go through each conversation and collect the info and metrics that's needed, with a high margin of error, of course. And the more you scale your tracking systems, the more you add work to your setters, the more money you have to pay them, and the more errors you're going to get in this process. So both of us are aware that it's not a wise decision to expect a human to perform tasks that a robot should be able to do effortlessly. So moreover, it's unsustainable for a human to engage in such activities without exerting significant brain power. So with human setters, you're limited to the amount of metrics that you can gather without breaking the bank, only to get inaccurate data. Whereas with AI setters, you can gather an unlimited amount of metrics and it costs you nothing and it's 100% accurate data. Now, all of these automated data collection mechanisms can be accessed and viewed on the Notion UI that we've built. And we also have what's called the Task Hub. And the Task Hub shows the human setter every single task they have for the day by the moment as well. And you can see here a whole list of the different tasks that our setter does, including like manual follow-ups and other stuff like to ensure book call, revise conversations, etc. And it is like the control center for your human setter to save a lot of time trying to scroll through all the conversations to see what he needs to do. So now we've covered the conversation quality, response time, cost and scalability, and data tracking. We finally have the conversion rate. So now that you've gathered all of these comparisons between the AI setting ecosystem and the human setter functionalities, let's see who wins in every category and in every metric. So we have a table, it has the metric, the AI setting ecosystem versus the team of human setters. First of all, we have response time. And for the AI, it's within 30 to 120 seconds guaranteed, whereas with the team of human setters, it depends on the team size and availability, so there are no guarantees here. When it comes to availability, of course, 24/7 with no breaks or weekends or vacations versus, again, depending on team size, availability, schedule, and all the other stuff. So follow-ups, with follow-ups, you have 100% personalized ones sent at the exact time versus not personalized, repetitive, and sent at random times. We have the context awareness where AI is always 100% aware of the conversation context, whereas with the team of human setters, the last few parts of the conversations are what's most of the time read. And with the error rate, AI has less than 2%, which we've calculated, whereas with humans, it's more than 15%. Now, with the backend functions, we have a limited backend function option for the AI, whereas with humans, they can do any sort of backend function pretty easily. So the thing with AI that kind of limits it is, let's say you want to perform a task in the backend that's not on Instagram or the platform that you're using, then you need to build more automations, API requests, and stuff like that that will kind of perform this task in the backend. Whereas with humans, it can be done pretty easily. And also with the unique situations that arise during the conversations, AI stops and handles the task to a human, which they can easily do. And this is in a case where, let's say, a human is toxic, or they're giving AI a very tough time, or whatever it is. The conversation is delegated to humans to kind of decide whether AI should continue with it or it should stop, and they could take care of it, right? Now, when it comes to loyalty as well, AI is a software and it never leaves you unless you turn it off. Whereas with humans, you have continuous and unpredictable churn. When it comes to time cost, it costs less than 60 minutes a week to revise and manage and check the KPI trackers. And with a team of human setters, it takes more than 150 hours a year on average to manage the team efficiently while making sure that their performance is always on top. When it comes to money cost, as you saw in the previous example, it cost us 8.9 bucks a month to run, whereas with a team of human setters, it costs thousands of dollars a month. And yeah, with the AI setting ecosystem, I forgot to include the commission that goes to the single setter that's within that works with AI. But you can consider this like at least 5 times cheaper than if you were to hire a huge team that does the same amount of work as AI. So finally, we have opportunity cost, which is $0 with AI because it doesn't skip anything. It's always available, always ready to respond. Whereas with the setters, it's calculated based on your team and efficiency. And finally, the sanity cost as well is with the AI setting ecosystem, you're safe. Whereas with the setters, it depends on your fate. And what I mean by sanity cost is, do you want to stay stressed and worry about when will your setters churn, or those problems that arise unexpectedly? And this is what happens when you're trying to manage a huge team. Whereas if you have an AI software that does a job really well and doesn't change unless you like tweak it, then you're not going to worry about AI just suddenly stopping. And if it does so, you have a billion other like options to seamlessly switch to, right? So yeah, sanity is something that's very underrated, to be honest. And those are the final results that you can see here. So based on this information, who do you think wins? All the information I provided you with were actual discoveries we made after deploying the AI setter in real businesses and comparing its performance with that of real human setters. And today, thanks to this technology, you too possess the power to transform the trajectory of your business for the better. And it only takes one time to set up an AI ecosystem that can be working for you forever, all while generating better results than the best human setting teams out there, and also without the worry of human unloyalty, inefficiency, and inconsistency. Now, all you have to do is spend less than 10 minutes a day on checking your accurate and automated KPI tracker, and by implementing the solution, you will not be the only one who can benefit from it, but also you have your appointment setter who isn't repeating the same tasks every single day for hours, and you also benefit your leads and followers by responding to them instantly, giving them your full attention, and getting them to purchase your offer within minutes of them contacting you initially. And while your competition is worried about who to fire and hire next, you will be concerned about how you'll manage to fit in all the sales goals in your calendar. Now, trust me, the two worst feelings you can have are that of not being in control of your business's direction, and that of knowing that you can do more, but you're limited by something out of your control. You have 3 paths to take this year. The first one is that of the late majority, as I showed you before. This path is simple, but the steps are hard and painful. All you have to do is hire, train, and then fire. Pretty simple, right? And you can try to even innovate by investing thousands of dollars into agencies that can do this process for you. But at the end of the day, you're building a system that relies on human performance and loyalty and requires continuous effort to maintain it. The second path, which is that of the lonely wolf, I would only recommend this path if you're a beginner AI developer or agency owner and you're looking to learn how to build the system and sell it. And if that's the case, you can watch my free video on YouTube where I show you exactly how I built my chatbot and the core kind of features of it. And note that this 1 hour video is only the tip of the iceberg because we've done years of development, data gathering, and iteration on the solution, and that we cannot cover it in a single video. It actually takes days or even weeks to kind of pass on this information in the most efficient way, and of course, more experience that's required. So this leads me to the third path, and this is the path of the early adopter. Now, this path is straightforward. If you want us to do the heavy lifting for you, where all you need to do is basically share your frameworks, get on strategic calls with us to deploy this ecosystem successfully, and give us feedback on what we should change while we set up this AI ecosystem within less than a week in your business. This path is for you, and here's what you get if you decide to embark on it. You get the AI DM setter, which has instant response time, 24/7 availability, state-of-the-art conversation quality, unlimited scalability, unlimited personalized follow-ups, specific knowledge about your business, exact tone and thought processes replication, and meta verified, which is, I think, a very important part. So this solution is completely safe. We've ran more than 20,000 or even 30,000 conversations using it, and we use meta verified applications to make sure that there is no bans or something that happened. Then we have the AI automated data tracking system. Now this includes the KPI tracker, the CRM, and the conversation storage, all customized for your business. And you have the 24/7 support, where we reply within 24 to 48 hours to you within text, and we get on support calls whenever needed. And also with the unique features and insights, since we're constantly developing this ecosystem, you gain access to the latest features and insights that we offer and we get, and which we gather from successful businesses we work with. And then we have the churn setter replacement. If your setter quits, no problem. We can hire an experienced one for you and train them on how to use your own AI ecosystem. And if there happens a ecosystem failure, we have a warranty for this, where if the solution fails to meet our set expectations, then we return 100% of your money. Since we've done it before, our promise to you is that if you work with us, you won't have to worry about hiring and firing more setters. And if this opportunity is what you need, then feel free to book a call with me to see if we can implement the solution for you. And if I can't help you with everything, well, I might have to refer you to someone else or give you some resources, but I'll make sure to lead you in the right direction. Either way, you'll be in a better position to solve any of your current problems in appointment setting. So book a call with me using the link in the description, and if you'd like to test out this AI setter, you can do so at any time by sending the keyword ScaleSet on my own Instagram page. With that being said, I'm excited to see you become an early adopter of this amazing technology that I believe will save us millions of human hours in this world, of course, and will save us the headache of continuously hiring and firing more setters and VAs to do a very boring and repetitive job that's very crucial for our business. So this solution is highly in need, and I believe it will revolutionize the whole industry. So if you want to become an early adopter, you're totally welcome. And I hope to see you in the next videos in which I share more details about the solution and why it's crucial for you to implement something similar in your business. With that being said, take care of yourself, take risks, and hope to see you in the next one.